Well, this particular plant brings some very unusual characteristics because it takes very little water, very little fertilizer. You can actually grow this on not non-tillable land, but marginal land, which does not compete then with food crops or even food crops that are being used for like ethanol. So it's a standalone thing. It will not compete. It will only be a complement to the industry.
You take your non-profitable land or the least profitable land and you can make it profitable with it, in the future and stuff like that. Once you get it established, the most critical thing is the first year or so is that you have to baby it and take care of it, and then after that it becomes very, very hardy and you don't have to worry about the viability of it. The net use of energy that can come out of this, even with harvesting and the input costs that you put in it, it exceeds the amount of fossilized fuel or whatever it is in order to get a crop. And so that's what makes it very presentable in the fact, and economical is it takes so few inputs on this. This particular field here is 2 years old, and it had the tall stuff here, and it's never had any drop of fertilizer on it. The stuff that we planted in May of 2009 and first part of June, we were getting between 10 and 11 tons to the acre. The stuff that we planted in August, I think, is running around 4 to 4.5 tons. That just had a smaller growing season the first time. But I think that if you can get this in the ground before dormancy, it breaks dormancy and like that, and get it a good full growing season in there, I think you'll be amazed at, even in a year's time, of the residue that you're going to get off of it. This equipment here is everything that's basically conventional gathering of residue, whether it be hay, alfalfa hay or wheat straw or anything like that. And the crimpers that are on the swather and stuff like that is to make it to where it's easier to bale and to deal with, and to compress and make a tight bale that has a lot of weight to it, So, it's basically just conventional harvest equipment. We haven't noticed any damage to the tires. We drove around. I drove a half-ton pickup with passenger tires on it out here to see what the stems would do to it, and we haven't got a flat tire, and I put about 10 miles on the pickup. So driving a look at it. So, and that is a concern when you deal in different kinds of stubble and stuff like that. I think it's a very good crop. It's an alternative crop that can be used, that farmers can use to help their economic situation, income and stuff like that. It's an excellent thing to help for young farmers coming in because it'll last 30 years and plant it one time. We're looking at this field here in production and stuff like that will be a legacy that we older people can do for our young people in agriculture today, and to give them a chance to have a more stable form of income. And this here will can be made into cellulosic ethanol. It can be put into pellet forms. It can be burnt, in pellet stoves and stuff like that. It can be burnt in anything. And so I think that the sky is the limit on what the different kinds of things that are going to be able to be done with this product.
People here in this area, as well as the people that's involved for developing a system that's going to be extremely valuable to agriculture in generations to come.
Plant a tree today and your children will sit in the shade in the future.